The name of the animal is Happy the elephant. She was born in the 1970s in the wild in Thailand, caught at age 1, separated from her family and shipped over to the United States. And she's been in Bronx Zoo, I think, since that time. Lives in a fairly smallish enclosure, and right now doesn't have the company of other elephants. She has in the past had companions, but they've passed away. There is one other elephant in the zoo, but they don't get along, so they are kept separate. And one important thing to note about Happy is highly, highly intelligent. Apparently one of the first animals to be tested and documented to be able to recognise itself in a mirror.
The Non-Human Rights Project commenced litigation on behalf of Happy the elephant. What is this organisation and what was it seeking for the elephant?
Well, it's an organisation which has for many years now run test cases to try and obtain what's known as legal personhood. And they're inspired by the emancipation movement, which, challenged slavery many hundreds of years ago. And what they've been doing in this case and others is to issue a writ of habeas corpus, which is basically produce the body. It basically says a court, you go to court and you say somebody is being deprived of their liberty and we want you, the court, to ask them why they are being deprived of their liberty. And that's what they did in this case, and saying, look, this is a complex being and it deserves liberty.
What did the court find?
Well, the court found it was 7 judges, it's a big bench of judges of the the New York Courts of Appeal, and 5-2. So 2 judges were in favour of the elephant, but essentially the 5 judges said, look, this is, and let me just read it out, a cognitively complex, autonomous beast or animal, no doubts about it. But at the end of the day, this idea of habeas corpus, that's a kind of a vehicle for getting human beings out of custody and securing their liberty. It's not something which can be extended to animals. However intelligent that they might be, this is a bridge too far to use this kind of legal mechanism for an animal.
And the Non-Human Rights Project have been running similar cases for a number of years. A few years ago, there was a case involving chimpanzees that was also unsuccessful.
That's right, Gemma. Yes, it was. And all these cases have been unsuccessful because at the end of the day, courts say, look, we recognise that animals are not like ordinary property. We have animal welfare laws. You can't mistreat an animal. But to go the next step and recognise legal personhood would absolutely overturn the status quo. It would be a radical move which would upturn agricultural laws, medical research laws, private property in general. And so they're not prepared to go there, at least not this time.